Republican California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton joins me now. Steve, very good to have you with us. I want to start by playing this. The California governor, Gavin Newsom, you're running for the governor's spot, I just mentioned, is in South Carolina today, which is very interesting given his presidential potential aspirations. But he's talking about what happened in MacArthur Park. Watch this.
He decided to bring the military to MacArthur Park, in one of the most diverse communities in Los Angeles, on horseback in American flags, and parade himself through the middle of soccer fields in a display of vulgarity and cruelty. That's Donald Trump. That's the country we're living in here today if we don't push back.
All right, so there's a couple layers to this, and I want to start with the first layer, which is this ICE presence in MacArthur Park. You spend a lot of time on the ground speaking to people as you go about the state. What happened here? Was it appropriate? What's your take?
Well, if Karen Bass or Gavin Newsom, for that matter, don't like what they saw in MacArthur Park yesterday, they can look in the mirror as to the explanation, because the reason that you have to have this kind of operation is because of the lack of cooperation from Karen Bass at the local level, Gavin Newsom at the state level, right across California, with federal immigration enforcement officers upholding federal law. That's the first point, that these people, Karen Bass and the Democrats, are in charge. They are impeding the application of the law, federal law. But it's worse than that, because it's also California law. They hide behind California's sanctuary state law, SB 54, passed in 2017, and say, oh, our hands are tied. We're not allowed to cooperate with ICE. Not true. I read the law. It has a section that specifically allows for discretion for local or state law enforcement to cooperate with ICE when there is an illegal immigrant who's been convicted of a crime going back 15 years, and they specify the crimes. It's a very long list, over 200 specific crimes, not just violent crimes like robbery and assault and murder and rape, but also possession of illegal firearms, drug offenses, you name it. There's absolutely the possibility for California officials to cooperate with ICE. If they did that, we wouldn't need this. You don't see this kind of thing in Florida, where you've got good cooperation with federal law enforcement. That's what we need to see in California. And all this other stuff is just political posturing by Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, trying to save their careers after the disaster.
Yeah, I mean, they say that the posturing is coming on the other side. So that's the standoff that you see. And we see the images of the horses in the park up there. But let me ask you a question about Gavin Newsom, because he seemed, for a while, it seemed like he wanted to sort of be a little bit more moderate and sort of cozy up a little bit to some ideas of President Trump's. We saw the podcast, we saw all of this. Now it seems like he's made a political decision to go hard left, back to the other side. He's in South Carolina condemning the Trump administration. What do you make of the current governor and his tactic?
So, Martha, what is really tragic is that the 6-month anniversary of those devastating fires was yesterday in Los Angeles. I was there to see what Gavin Newsom brags about as being a historic pace of debris removal. I stood in front of a pile of debris, sidewalks blocked. He's completely failed on this, as on every other issue. Now he's running away from that to run for president. He is now spending his time, not on his current job, but on trying to get the next one. And look what happened also yesterday. He was bragging about how trolling Trump is increasing his social media followers. He's filing lawsuits against Jesse Waters. He's doing everything except his own job, because he believes that being the great antagonist of Donald Trump is helping him politically. But it's hurting us here in California. The real point is he's given up trying to actually do his job as governor. So I think our message to him is stay in South Carolina if you like it so much. Focus on your next job, resign as governor, let someone take over who wants to do the job.
You may see him in South Carolina quite a bit. It's going to be interesting to see what the impact is on Kamala Harris's choice about her next move. So we'll save that for another day. But Steve, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Steve Hilton in California.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.